Let's look skyward and get started. Welcome back to another edition of Drotalks Audiobooks. Dro here, and today we're going to be talking about Skyward, written by Brandon Sanderson and narrated by Suzy Jackson. Skyward is a sci-fi / YA story. Is it more YA? Is it more sci-fi? I would say it's a good balance of both, and is definitely an entertaining series that's 2 books strong. I believe there's going to be 2 more books in the entire arc of the series, and I, for one, am along for the ride. So why is that? Well, the lead character, Spencer, is actually a fantastic character. She is the daughter of a pilot that turned coward when she was young, and her family had to deal with the impact of that one event ever since. But that has not deterred her to be committed and determined to become the best pilot in this world. But it's not an easy road. Challenges are laid before her at every step of the way, including entry into the program. There's Admiral Ironsides, who was a former co-pilot of her father's, that has not only a disdain for what her father is, but also holds that true with her. And we follow Spencer on this journey, constantly proving herself to become that pilot that she knows that she can be. The side characters in this story are also fantastic. As we follow Spencer on her journey, we continue to see her competitive nature, especially on the team leader, who is from the wealthy side of this culture, basically just gained access and entry without even having to take a test. And right from the beginning, Spencer has a disdain for Jorgen, who quickly becomes the flight squad leader here in the academy. And his call sign was taken, and Spencer quickly refers to him as Jerkface. And this is his call sign for the rest of the story until he figures out what his actual call sign will be. So this is a solid story. As I mentioned, it is YA, so it's very simple, but there are some distinct differences that are distinct to sci-fi, the genre, but familiar with the writing and styles of Brandon Sanderson. So one of the biggest obstacles for any sci-fi writer is explaining FTL, or faster than light travel. There's a lot of hand waving that goes along with sci-fi, saying wormholes. There's a lot of tropes, the ancient ones that have these wormholes that are conveniently left behind that we use. A lot of hand waving. Brandon Sanderson takes a different approach, and it's hinted at and explored to in this novel, and it's broken down more so in the second novel, which is Starsight, but it is more mystical in nature and less science fiction, which is a nice change of pace. But tropes do find their way in here, and one of those tropes is remnants from old human technology. As we learn about this world, as we get more involved, we understand that this particular culture is a subset of what was once a mighty human galactic empire. And with that, Spencer finds a broken down ship that her and her best friend continue to fix that has an AI. And this AI has a lot of answers that otherwise would not be known to this subset of humanity. So tropes, but it's done well. It's done, I really enjoy M-Bot is what she calls him, which is short for Murderbot. He has a fun, lighthearted role. He has an obsession with mushrooms, which I truly appreciate. And it does play into the story, especially in book 2. So as we get to know the characters, as we get to know the world or the universe in this, there's a lot of mysteries that are placed before us, and we slowly start to unravel them. The main focus point is what actually happened to Spencer's father. Was he a traitor? Was he a coward? What is going on? And as she uncovers that, it is very satisfying and very interesting, and takes us on a very unexpected path. And again, I really appreciate that. But what really makes this book stand out is the fantastic narration by Suzy Jackson. She does a amazing job of not only voicing Spencer, but all the side characters and the narration that follows along with it. As an entryway to sci-fi, I think anyone that's hesitant to sci-fi, this is a perfect book to get you started on that journey, because sci-fi can be intimidating due to all the jargon and the science, the actual science behind the science fiction. This is a perfect balance for anyone that is interested in sci-fi but intimidated by that genre. So definitely I recommend you check it out. So, have you listened to Skyward? What did you think about it? Do you think there should be an age limit to enjoying YA? I personally believe if there's a good story, it's all good. I love Harry Potter, I love the Hunger Games, and now I really like Skyward.